He said that he had a ball in it, man. Don't call it out.
Let's see if we can do this right here. Shooby doo. So tonight I'm drinking Pellegrino.
Is it good?
Actually, it is. You know, I ain't been having no drinks or nothing. So
What is this? Is it regular water or sparkling water?
it's sparkling.
Mm.
I figured, you know, I could fake
And
the
I'm
funk.
drinking alkaline.
Alkaline.
Man, I just drunk my water. I drink water. So.
You drinking water straight out the faucet.
Hey man, that stuff ain't hey.
All right. I figured I could be bougie and act like Shooby Doo. That part.
Good evening, black people.
It's Miss Day. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello. I'm gonna cam up in a minute. I literally just like put my pajama top on. I washed my hair. Oh my God, I got a rag on my. Oh, you done started the show?
No.
Yeah, we are live. We are live, but we ain't started. You know, it's the warm up.
I got
Look at Devin on it.
I didn't see the time. I thought we were still behind the scene.
Man,
Hey,
no.
everybody.
Right. So go handle that. You got a few minutes. I'm gonna let this music play a little bit.
Yeah, prelude.
Little prelude to the kiss, as they say.
Yeah.
Yo.
Great show last week, by the way, gentlemen.
Thank you. We appreciate y'all.
Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.
I'm not trying to pressure you. That part.
That's not true. I got pressure today. That's not true.
I just want to know your name, and maybe sometime we can hook up, hang out, just chill. Yeah, you got.
I'm all for it. I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Whoa.
Me too. Get the passport. Let's take some trips.
Okay.
Miss Day, you came here to snitch on yourself. Now people know what's up with you. Rag on the head.
Because I washed my hair. I washed my hair.
Mm-hmm. You can just chill, or you could just chill with me. Too funny. Good evening. It's Gentlemen After Dark Wednesday, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. We got those grown folk them in the building. We got a special guest. We got our audience here. We just here with just some friends. Let's see who's here. Let's see. Maybe we could go see a movie, girl. They don't want to go see no movies. Anywho, we got Lolo's in the building all the way from the YouTube world. Good evening to you, Lolo.
Low.
Hey, Lolo.
What goes on?
All the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Nika. Good evening to you. She said, Neek, fall back. Man, you done fell so far back, I don't ever see you or nothing. What's good, sis? How you feeling? My Joy's in the building. Thank you, Miss Joy. Thank you for always being here and supporting. We appreciate you. She's having technical difficulties tonight, but Three's in the building from the other side of the room.
Three.
Right? What's good with you? Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Is
Look
she
at her.
frozen
Look.
again?
It was a hearty laugh.
So I'm
Back
on my
then,
phone. I'm on my phone. Can you hear all the basketball noise in the back? So I'm not just stay
Heck
muted.
yeah. Yeah.
But I figured it out. I'm just going to do it from my phone.
let me find
Okay.
out you over there playing 2K.
Right? That
Whatever.
part.
I am in a
Anywho.
gym. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Look at that.
She playing basketball.
Hey.
It's
Hey.
Gigi, Miss Trouble's in the building. Well, anywho, that's what I call her, Trouble. What's good with you, Gigi? Thank you for being here. All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. PK.
PK.
That's my little sis. PK's in
Hey,
the building.
PK.
Good morning.
Yvette's in the building. She said, that's my sis. Okay.
Hey, sister.
Miss Michelle Finnison, I see you. Good evening to you. Thank you for being here.
Being
Thank
pressured
you.
to come out of my comfort zone.
Right? Out of the comfort zone. Miss Berdina Garrett's in the building. Good evening to you, ma'am. Welcome again. My brother, the dude himself, Reaper, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? What up with you, man? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see if we can spark some conversation tonight, right? It's my guy, Damon DJ Jackson, but some of y'all might know him as Big Daddy. Big Daddy. I won't be calling him Big Daddy, but what up with you, man? Much love and respect to you. Marquita's here. We got Arizona in the building. Miss Felicia Walker, good evening to you. Perfect Timing Fashion Mobile Boutique. Good evening to you. She's always out there, you guys, with her affordable custom is the key word, outfits. Let's see. Geneva's in the building. Hey, Miss Geneva.
Hey, Geneva.
Right? From
Drew
the
crew.
Drew crew. And Miss Smith. I see you, Miss Smith. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Appreciate you. I think I did everybody. That's right. He said, you stupid. Yeah, okay. Oh, shoot. Well, you guys, thank y'all for being here. We're going to give up a little something for the audience. We definitely appreciate y'all being here. Oh, look at here. It's my classmate from junior high school to high school. DJ Kiefer, what up with you, man? I see you, bro. I appreciate you for being here, man. Much love. Thank you. So we got our grown folk Nim. I don't know where the assassin is right now. Hopefully he is going to chime in here, but let me go ahead and introduce our panel. We got the dude, Devin.
The dude.
She ain't got up in here yet with her screen, but
look, I don't want y'all to see me with my
look, we got Erica Badu up in Miss Davis in the building.
She gonna have to
I just washed my hair.
We believe.
And we got Miss 3 in the building who's at basketball practice with her son. She's sitting in the dark right now. She's trying to pull a Snoopy Cliff Mellow. We can't see her.
Snoopy Cliff Mellow.
I'm getting it together. Give me a second so I can pull up in the light.
Pull up in the light, though. For real, though. Miss 3's in the building, and we got a special guest in the neighborhood tonight, you guys. Y'all welcome Miss Tanya, but we call her 100 Proof. Tatum is in the building.
Hello.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Oh, shoot. Hey, Miss Day. Kiefer said, turn the cam on, Queen. Don't trip. Turn that thing on.
Hey, look, there's a couple of them off, ain't it?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Let's go.
Kid, I'm up here looking like I'm trying to organize how to get to Harriet Tubman.
Well, I know one thing. My computer ain't making no noise today, so is it yours? That's why you had.
Oh my God, I love my family. Hey, you guys.
Get it.
It's
Devin,
okay.
don't start nothing.
we gonna accept you. What they say, Queen? We gonna take you as you is. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What's that song that everybody is just killing right now? All the ladies, that is. Good morning, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
You
Oh,
gotta every day. You know, we didn't heard that about 50 more times. So, but you know, hey,
What is that?
Mary J.
that's funny.
Blige new song.
Yeah, you ain't never heard that one.
Oh,
It be on
you
all the
know,
ladies' TikToks.
I haven't been up on stuff lately.
Mm,
That's all
I
right.
got
That's
you.
all right.
Well, thank you guys, man, for being here again this evening. I definitely appreciate you. Last week we acknowledged Miss Day. She had a death in her family, basically her inner circle. We all sent out our condolences to you, Miss Day,
Oh, I
and
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
we extend those to you again this evening. Oh my goodness, we got a full house. The assassin is in the building. Clifton Snoopy Mello. Hold on, let me give my
Home Depot.
Yeah.
tonight's episode brought to you by the Home Depot.
Nope, no free promo. No free promo.
Brought to you in
So
part.
they
by
gotta pay for that. They gotta pay for that.
Exactly. They gotta
Home
pay.
Depot.
Oh shoot.
Pay
So
what you owe.
did you see Miss Tanya Tatum's in the building tonight, my brother?
Yeah, I see somebody
Right?
different. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, you know,
I
we've
got
been
pressure.
hanging out with Miss Tanya Tatum a little bit, the gentleman, Miss Yvette, Miss Tanya. I'm looking for a little some. There she go.
There's
Miss
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 Dad.
Miss Dana Badu. I see
Dana
you.
Badu.
Y'all just don't have to.
Dana did it.
There we go. Shouts out to the LA. I think I said that right. LA Cigar Lounge, right there on Manchester. They hosted a day party a couple of weekends ago, where the members of Gentlemen After Dark got a chance to hang out with each other, meet each other for the first time. Miss Lowe met Miss Tanya met Miss Lowe, and we all hung out and just socialized. Shouts out to my
Right.
guy, Busy V-Rod, who also was there with us. So thank y'all for extending the invitation from the LA Cigar Lounge for us to come and hang out as grown folks adulting. I appreciate that.
Nice.
So as always, you guys, it's time to start having this conversation, man. See, what is we gonna talk about? What is we gonna talk about? Shoo be do.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. So it seems like, well, first of all, we are on episode number 11 of 14 of the 5th season. 11. Time
Oh
is flying,
wow.
right? Time
Time
is
be going
flying.
by too fast.
So to my grown folk them, I got to say thank you guys again, man, for being here, joining me on this journey, this ride. I appreciate you guys for being here 100%. 100. Huh? 100 proof. I appreciate that. So let's start talking. Let's just jump in. I'm not even going to set it up. I'm not going to wait for nobody to go. We need more content. We're not doing none of that. Not tonight.
Oh, hello,
Man.
you.
So, well, you know what? Let me lie a little bit. There seems to be this disconnect between men and women. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
No.
Uh-oh. Miss Day said no. Ooh, okay, here we
Oh,
go.
not in my circle. We just talking
Okay.
about in general.
In general. There's a disconnect between men and women in communication. Would you agree?
Yes.
We need more context because
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So, since Devin is asking for more context, let's start off with the fellas. Me. And men, as you answer this question, and for the audience who are going to participate as well, please don't just answer the question from a personal standpoint, but answer it from a personal standpoint from your observations of men.
okay.
All right, here we go.
Try to see what I can come up with.
He said, let me see what I could come up with.
Because I know this is going to be.
Oh Lord.
Fellas,
Mm,
is it hard to tell a woman how you really feel? Is it
Seems like we
hard
had this
to
discussion before.
oh wow.
is
Well,
it hard to tell a woman how you really feel? And I'm sure we probably have skimmed over some of this, but guess what? We're doing it again.
okay.
You the boss.
Yeah. Who
Thank you.
who who, who you
You
want to
know
take
what?
on this one, Onyx?
I love it, Dana. I love it, Miss Day.
I'm gonna need Dana Badu to kick back.
What did she say?
You
She
the
said, "You the
boss.
boss."
You the boss.
Oh,
Gavel.
yeah.
I love your submissiveness, though. I appreciate you.
Of course, of course.
My.
There it is. All right, Snoopy Cliff Mello, the dude Devin.
Dude,
You need the question again, or what we
I,
doing?
I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on. Since I'm so young, let y'all tell. I'm waiting for the elders to
The elders.
Ah.
Oh,
giving me permission to speak.
please, by all means, speak.
Well, from my personal experience of seeing other men, yes, it is. It's hard for a man to tell a woman how he's feeling because we had this stuff ingrained in us for so long. You got to look tough. You have to have this personification. If somebody think you a giant, you have to act like that, even though you might be a dwarf inside, because that's just how a lot of people were taught. It's just not in style, to get all emotional and tell this woman, "Hey, look, this is what I feel," or "I feel like you hurt my feelings," or "This was on my mind," because you don't want to get seen as being weak.
Okay. And the dude gets us started. Hold on, let me set it up for the assassin. Here goes for the assassin.
Why I gotta be that? It's not hard to tell the woman the truth. Is you get. I'm trying to be gentle. I'm trying to be gentle.
Just
Here we
say it,
go.
Cliff.
I
Just
guess
say
I
it.
guess that I guess that proves Devin's point
Yeah,
because
snatch the bad.
they certain women generalize. I'm generalizing. Once they say, "Just tell me the truth." For instance, do I look good in this dress? If you really want the truth, you might. The first thing to come to mind might be hell no. So
You know we don't want the truth.
exactly,
That's leading me away. Now, see, we
and it is out of love because you don't want your woman going out looking like a certain way. But then you
But
got to
it's a
figure
way
out how
to
to.
say, baby, that dress don't flatter you. You can say it in a nice way. You don't have to be mean about it.
Oh,
It's a way
exactly.
to tell somebody
But
that
guess what?
that doesn't look good.
And it still's not appreciated.
and
And
thus is
So
yet,
the
that's
reason why it's hard for men to be like, okay, yeah,
exactly.
how I feel.
And then certain women, I'm generalizing, not that that has been my experience. Wink, wink. But then they then they still then you going out to dinner with an attitude or going out to wherever you're going, or they got to change 10, 15 more times. So it becomes an ordeal. So men sometimes become tight lip or that looks fine, or they start
Yeah.
the easy answer. But there's an interview for if you any of you haven't seen it with Nikki
Thank
Giovanni
you,
and James
Gigi.
Baldwin, and she
Woo.
said she tells James Baldwin that as a black woman, sometimes they want you to lie to them just like you go to work and lie to that white man.
Mhm.
No, sir.
That's what
No,
she
sir.
said.
And
She sure said it.
yeah, that's what she said. And so that's the fine line that we as men have to walk sometime. And like Dana said, there's a way to say things, but a lot of times it doesn't. You still don't want the truth, whether it's soft or a fastball. So we got to figure out when do you really want the truth, which is most
when
times not, and
when we're
when do you want it? So
I disagree. Um, One of the young ladies just said women are stronger than you think, and we actually are. Um,
That was
Myself,
Gigi.
I'm speaking from myself in general. I've always said Even if it's something that I know that's probably going to hurt my feelings, still tell me because I would rather for you to tell me than to lie to me. That's just
Hmm.
me. Tell
Me
me.
too. Me
Because
too.
then we can move forward. If you're lying to me, you're not giving me options or choices for certain situations. So, me
But keep
personally,
my feelings in mind. When you telling me your honesty, you keep my feelings in mind.
right.
I don't even think this
Onyx,
was the question. We done went on to a whole nother
No,
subject, huh?
no, that is a question.
this is
Onyx,
exactly
weren't
Is
what
the
we?
I forgot the question. What's the question? I forgot.
you just got to say.
Onyx, we were just talking about this earlier today
He
Come on,
answered the
man.
about the
question. What was the question?
Yeah. Is
Is
it
it
hard to
yeah.
hard to tell a
tell?
woman
Okay.
how you really feel?
You have to know.
Okay. I forgot. I
Yeah.
apologize. I forgot. I completely forgot the question.
Yeah. It all goes into lying or being misleading, selfish. They all fall under the same thing.
So,
Mhm.
do I get to
But I
speak?
don't think all the categories of truth go together either. Like I said, I just gave you an example of how the woman may dress. But there's certain things because that question can go another way. How do you really, like Devin alluded to? How you fit? You don't want to come home. Your girl or whoever says, "Hey, how was work today?" Now you may want to say work was for shit, but maybe you've been complaining so long you don't want to
Mhm.
throw that on her, or maybe y'all had a fight about your strength. It's certain things that we have to consider as men. Like I said, there's always a line. Tanya, you can say all you want, just tell me the truth. There's certain times you get the truth and then you run to your girlfriend. This nigga, this and that. He this and that. He complaining. He. Come on now. We gotta walk.
No,
Let's be
no,
real.
no. I am, and this was one of the reasons why I joined the conversation tonight. So I'm gonna give an example. Um, my opinion or my view on some men are. We're just gonna use an example of a married man. Now, in order for you to withhold the information that you're married, you withhold the information for one, I believe, fear of rejection, or two, because you're selfish. If you're married, there are women out there that date married men. But if you approach me and don't tell me that you are married, one, that's being selfish, and you're afraid of, okay, well, I'm married, she's not going to talk to me. So that will be part of the truth that I would want you to tell me. Yes, I'm married. Okay, cool. Have a good day. But if you're afraid of rejection, you may not tell me you're married, or you're selfish and really don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna be whatever goes. So yes, I operate on the truth. You see my name, Tanya, aka 100 proof. 100 proof means keeps it 100 at all times. One, we too old. Tell me what it is
I
so I'll know
agree.
how to move. I'll know how to move with you. We too old. At this point,
I
everybody
agree.
should be old enough to say what they want, what we doing, how we gonna do it, and let's keep it pushing. If I'm not in a line with what you got going on, that's cool. You're not for me. But it doesn't mean that we can't agree to disagree.
Hmm.
Onyx,
Yeah,
did
I
she hear
agree.
our conversation
I
today?
want 90% honesty.
She said 90.
Now, wait a minute. Now, why you say
See, and that proves my point once
I
10%?
again.
want 90% honesty
Right. What's the other 10%?
because
I need my pistols.
sometimes
Boop, boop.
if I'm not feeling good and I might be looking bad, and I say, baby, you know how I'm looking. We just at home, we ain't going nowhere. I want you to say, baby, you don't look that bad. You don't look that bad. Tell me a little white lie.
But what if you? Okay, so
You
you
know?
white lie. But what's the difference? What's the difference? A lie is a lie is a lie, right? If it's not true, it's
Yeah, that's why I said 90%.
okay. So
I
your
didn't say
10% is,
100.
every once in a while give me some bull crap, and I'll deal with
But
it. And I'm
90%,
like,
I want us to be truthful with each other when it comes down to the serious stuff. You know what I mean? But if I just be like, I'm looking toe up, sick in the bed or something, and I feel like I look, it's okay to tell me I'm pretty. Who's gonna tell me I'm pretty?
But what if he doesn't feel like you look pretty? Because the question was telling her the truth of how he feels. So if he feels
Right.
like you ain't looking too hot, and you asking him, can he tell you, hey, I feel like you really ain't that hot right now? Because we at the house.
Yeah, because he gonna keep my feelings in check. He gonna check his feelings on with dealing with my feelings. So he gonna tell me I look good.
That sounds almost, you know what? Okay.
Okay, so wait. Hard pause. Let me just add to this.
Segue.
So how a man really
I
feels.
love you, Day, Miss Dana.
Right?
I love you too, Stacey.
How a man really feels. Number one, men, for us, it's difficult for us to even express how we feel. And I'm gonna just speak for my own self, not as a panel member, but as a man. Sometimes you got to keep that whatever you're going through to yourself. Ladies, some of y'all do sincerely, genuinely care about the man in your life, or the men, dad, brothers, whatever. You care about them. You want to know what's going on with you. You okay? Right?
Right.
But sometimes y'all don't really care. Some of y'all don't care. Y'all be just trying to, I don't know, make some conversation, I guess, just so that you could be heard. Instead of like, shh, don't talk, just listen. You want to get him to say one thing, and then you're going to take off on a tangent with what he said, and then the man does what? He'll shut down.
Shut up. Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. Forget about it.
Is this during an argument or a regular conversation? I need more content. I need more content.
Not today. Not today. No,
hey,
this is just
I helped y'all out.
Right. This is in general. Is it hard for a man to communicate how he really feels? So if I say, Day, you know what? You're looking beautiful despite your hair being wrapped up. I understand you got to wash your hair. Who don't?
Oh,
right?
Thank you.
But if I tell you on the flip side,
10%.
man, listen.
That's the 90%. That's the 90%.
If I see you in them Ugg boots and leggings another day, I just got issues with you, right?
The Ugg boots.
Ugg boots and that's a pet peeve of mine. Ugg boots and leggings. I call them leggings. Them leggings and Ugg boots.
Shorts is a pet peeve of mine. Come on, pick a season. Pick a season.
That I feel this way about
I appreciate it though. I hear what you're saying, and you know, then at that point, that's on the woman. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do need to check ourselves on how we respond to what our men are telling us, and that's facts.
Right.
Sometimes we need to check ourselves.
I was talking to Tanya earlier today, right? And I said,
did she spark this question?
Don't do that, Mello. Don't do that, Mello.
She didn't.
Look, Mello, I got bullied into being on tonight.
Now, did we just talk about honesty and honesty and honesty? Did we just talk about that?
We touched on it.
Oh, but I say this.
Well, tell them what we talked about.
Okay, so let's talk about the accountability piece, right? You got that group of women. That's they little clique. You always got that one that's real hot. Mello, you know this story all the time. You got that one that's hot. You got the one that's not. You know, you got the one that's really trying to be hot, but she falls short. Her outfit just wrong. Her baby toe was touching the ground out that shoe. And her girls ain't saying nothing to her. Like, girl, you got the wrong shoe on tonight. They'll let her walk out there. Huh?
Her girls told her. She just chose to ignore it.
No, they didn't tell her. They didn't tell her.
They
didn't tell her. They didn't tell her.
It's that 10%.
They didn't tell her that her baby toe was touching the ground. She don't even feel the
Always got her
cold
baby
because
toe
that
out.
toe is so numb.
Man, they told her.
What you
But
say,
it's just
Scream?
to grind through some boots, some Ugg
Somebody's supposed to say something to her.
Please.
They
Well,
told her. She just thought she was super fly and decided to keep moving forward.
not
Okay.
only that, I'm sure she walked by a mirror before she left the house.
Hey,
Thank
but she
you,
feeling
But
Tanya.
it's the
self-confident.
angles. If she hit that angle right, the toe,
Doesn't matter.
When you
it
see
ain't
that,
that, it ain't that bad.
Hey, some of us
It doesn't
we've convinced ourselves that no matter what you say, I look good. Period.
yeah,
Right?
that's
That's
what
true.
happened.
So
That's true.
as we bounce back to the man and his feelings, because we have bounced a little bit, but I'm a reel us back in. Feelings. Why is it so hard for us to tell how we feel? If I'm sad today, why is it hard for me to say I'm sad? Why can't I tell Miss Day, Tanya, or three, I'm feeling sad today?
Because you're afraid of how if they're going to
Can
judge you.
we bad
The
examples?
perception.
She said,
You're
or
afraid.
she said we bad.
I think men might fear that women don't want you're not seen as strong if you say stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's one of the reasons. But then that comes with maturity.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
if she, I think it's all about maturity. Like if she can't take it for what it's worth, then she ain't the right one. And you have to be able just to speak it. And if she's not ready to receive that, then keep it pushing.
Yep.
Mhm. Let me read this comment. Pastor Bear says, all the way from the YouTube world, a man will only open up the deepest parts of their emotion when he feels safe to do so. If
Absolutely.
he does, and it is used against him, he
You'll
will
never.
never do it again.
Yep.
Yep.
Preach.
Yep.
So I think Pastor Bear here hit the nail on the
Is
head
is there a
because
pastor lion?
Mellow,
Tiger,
mellow, mellow,
Tiger?
mellow,
Tiger.
mellow.
I'm asking
can
for
you
the
put him
audience.
on mute time out?
I
No,
know.
Put him time
this
out.
needs to happen. Run it.
Pastor Lion, Pastor Bear,
How
Tiger,
about
Pastor
Tiger?
Tiger.
Oh my.
you know
Please
what?
put him and
Look
Tiger
here,
three on
said,
mute
oh
time
my.
out for 3 seconds.
great Oz.
I'm with you, Cliff. I'm with you.
Let me say this
My
with
God.
They
all
gonna get a
due
whooping.
seriousness, right? All due seriousness. The last sentence says
Pastor
it all.
Bear.
If he does, and it is used against him, he will never do it again.
Yep.
With
This
anybody.
is where I'm gonna say 90%. I'm not no mathematician at this point, but I'm gonna say 90% of the men who don't communicate, who don't share how they feel with the lady, is a victim of what he said was used against him in the court of law, according to that lady.
Literally, probably the court of law. Like
Right.
the judge, like judge,
Right.
well, your girlfriend said that you did it. All right, man. She know all
Somebody triggered.
that she done snitched and told somebody because she got mad or whatever, and now you screwed.
Right.
I
But
agree
So
And
with
not in
that
a good
statement
way.
wholeheartedly.
but if it's
I
something
agree.
that's done in our younger days, which is probably when it happened in our younger days,
mhm,
at this point we should still, if this is the person that you're with, this is the person that you're trying to build something, we both have to know how to communicate and tell each other how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 years ago, you opened your feelings up, it backfired on you. We got to move forward because you cannot keep holding your growth back because of past experiences.
Amen.
But sometimes we just get stuck because when you do something, we're creatures of habit. So every time I do this, I get this type of result. That's insanity if I keep doing the same thing, trying to get something different. So let me try something different. Oh, well, I told her this is going on with me. It came back. I told her this is going on with me. This came back. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try something different. I ain't gonna say nothing. What's wrong with you? Nothing. You sure? Yep. Because if I say, well, yeah, I'm going through this right here, I'm going through that, the third, and then you get mad and you bring it and throw it up in my face, I'm like, man, that's why I don't say anything. So it's kind of like you get to the point to where it's like, if a snake bites you one time and you go back to that snake pit and it bites you the second time, The first time it was the snake's fault. The second time is your fault because you put yourself in a position to be hit like that again. So you become afraid. You start to build these walls up again, sometimes even your own self, like you won't even admit to yourself that you're having these issues. So how can you tell somebody? We were talking about this on the other show. You have to love yourself first. So if you love yourself first, you have to be at one with your emotions first before you can say, hey, let me go and talk to this person, my significant other. Let me go tell her how I'm feeling right now. And also, you got to know who you're dealing with. Because if you're dealing with somebody who you know you can't tell anything to, and they will use it against you,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you might be in the wrong position.
Absolutely. The wrong
Yeah,
relationship.
absolutely,
So definitely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
so
Yep, the wrong
absolutely.
relationship.
And the same
Yeah.
thing, Devin, that you guys tell women all the time. Don't treat me like what your last dude did
mm,
to you. You know what
yep,
I'm saying? So every woman, you gonna have to take that chance of
Yeah.
right,
putting your emotions out there with every woman to see which woman is the right woman for you. Because if you having communication problems and it's a year and 2 years down the line, y'all might need to call it quits.
right.
Hmm.
Because if it ain't getting no better, you
It
know
ain't
what I'm saying?
won't.
It's not
And
gonna
it
get any better. It's time to let it go and move on.
and if she's the one, then there also has to be this willingness to want to heal. And part of healing is changing up how you interact with that person. There has to be this willingness of healing, especially if you found the one. You can't close up because then it doesn't. Then you're right. Then it's you got to move on. But if that's the one, there's trauma in everybody's lives.
Mm-hmm.
You got to heal
Absolutely.
from the
And somebody
trauma
said it,
if that's the person.
we all need to create a safe space for each other.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Men and women, we gotta create a safe space within our relationship with each other. And that's not only a man and woman's relationship, but family and friends relationships too.
Right.
You have to, yeah, you have to, I always tell my friends, this is a safe space. I'm a safe space because I don't judge people a lot. You know what
Right.
I mean? I mean,
Sometimes.
She said a lot.
I judge,
She said a lot.
Sometimes.
I don't judge people a lot.
Only
I
ten
mean,
percent.
because
Only 10%.
we'll always look at somebody and judge them right away. Like, why that girl got them shoes on with that toe all the way down to the ground? You know what I'm saying? Just like,
Right.
so, we do judge, but somebody that I'm personally dealing with, they always have a safe space for me to tell me anything.
Right.
Yeah.
My dude, my sisters, my, best friends, whatever. I'm gonna make a safe space.
Yeah.
So, reading the comments, let me read this one. Women, if you want your man to open up, then you will need to learn how to listen without emotion and respond with love and encouragement. This will
Absolutely.
create open communication.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
And
agree.
and people have to be willing. You have to understand, define communication. I mean, we don't have to here, but everybody talks about open communication, open communication. But part of listening is being an active listener. There's a difference between just listening and active listening.
Right.
When you're in a relationship, I think I said this before in your show, the 21-minute rule. Like, give me 7 minutes to talk about, and you openly listen and actively listen, then you get your 7 minutes, and then the last 7 minutes, we gotta have a conclusion. We gotta
Mm-hmm.
walk away happy or something, or not mad at each other. But that is really critical to define when you're in a relationship. Define what communication means to you, because it can mean two different things to two different people, and that's
Yeah.
the false start right there. Because if you're not on the same page with how you define communication, then you can't learn to be an active listener.
Right. Right.
But all we're talking about comes with time, though. That's what
Yeah.
um that I think that gets lost in the sauce a lot. And once again, back to Onyx and Mellow conversation, because certain people want to rush things, rush the relationship, and there's levels. There's levels to how I display or my feelings, what I tell you. I don't expect you to tell me everything at once. That could be too much. So there's levels to everything. There's levels to the communication because that all that you're talking, we have to learn that because, like you said, we communicate differently through different relationships, friendships,
Mm-hmm.
romantic ships. All the business, everything is that's a new word, romantic ships.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
like
was laughing.
Oh,
I got you. I got
romantic
you.
ships. Here we go. But
write that
shouts out
down.
to Mello for the newfound word.
He coined it.
So all that's different, but you know, like we was talking earlier today, certain individual has taught me a lot when it deals with the ladies. And like Tanya said, you got to be upfront, straightforward, and then that allows everybody involved to make a decision. And I think that's fair. And that goes with, but I take that in all my relationships. I try to be as truthful as possible. Sometimes it does come off a little harsh, but that's thank you, Ruby Lewis, for that. But I try to season it with salt. But I try to be as truthful as possible because there is no judgment. I've done a lot of things and still do a lot of things. So I'm in the position to judge nobody.
Right.
But I try to
Exactly.
listen and actively listen and try not to come up with a solution because my solution may not be for you. Now, if you ask me my opinion, I'll give you that. But you got to be willing to. If you, I live by the rule. If I ask a question, I'm ready to hear the answer, whatever
Right.
it is.
Mhm.
So if you ask me a question and I've had this, are you ready to hear that answer?
Right.
There it
So
is.
And I think too, like you said, being prepared for the response that you're going to get. Um, it's a challenge by itself to accept and digest what you hear. A lot of times we don't like the response that we got. That's not your opportunity though to try to change that person.
hmm
That person is who they are. If they told you I don't like blue Kool-Aid, I don't like blue Kool-Aid. But why? You can't convince them something different. Like, no, but you really just try this one. I just told you I don't like blue Kool-Aid. Period. That's where it's supposed to end right there. But some of us will push and nag and nudge, if you will, trying to get something different when the person had already said, or the guy said, this is how he feels. Why are you trying to change how he feels? Why? So,
Can I just saw something. Michelle Finnison said, "Don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to." I think
Right.
going with this topic, if a man asks a question, it might not be that he's not ready to hear that answer. He might not be thinking you think in that way. So he may take offense to if he say, "Well, hey, if he asks you a question and he says, hey, well, I feel like this. What do you think about it?" You might tell him something. He be like, "Oh, I didn't even know you thought like that." Well, I don't want you to think a certain type of way about me, so let me bag up how I feel, so it won't cause an issue, and then later on it's gonna cause an even bigger issue down the line. But you don't ever ask a question to somebody if you don't already have some type of solution in your mind already. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's advice or something like this. So we talking about dealing with like relationships and a man dealing with his feelings. If you asking that man, "Hey, look, I got a question," don't just ask him that question, or man, don't just ask her that question, and you don't have some type of thought pattern like, "Well, I think it may be this. What do you think?" That's a good way to start it off. But you can't just say, "Well, what's this?" or "What's going on with this?" and then just sit there and look at them because it's like they may not even you might have blindsided them.
right.
But I think that's also a part of communication. Um, Relationship wise, when men and women typically get
romantic
together.
ships.
Yeah, you got another one for us. If we say going in what it is, or he says what it is going in, the dynamics doesn't change once we become intimate. If I didn't want to do, I still don't want one. So nothing changed, but that's all a part of communication. You have the conversations up front, so then that way everybody knows how to move.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Irma just jumped
When-
in. A woman needs to know how to make her man feel comfortable with any form of expression. For me personally, when I feel something isn't right, I always turn to the word of God. I pray for him and I ask God to show me how to communicate with him, and it always works. Most people don't turn to the Lord in their relationships, but it is a major factor. So I had a conversation earlier today,
Wow.
um, by way of my mutual friend who called a
With the
friend,
Lord.
you know, right. No, he called his friend and she had a situation. I can't, call names, protect the innocent, as they say. But the
Or the
issue
guilty.
was this young lady had a guy, her dude, um, but he didn't want to communicate how he felt, his feelings. She said when they do talk, it's just real short. Those one word answers, or if they ain't in each other's face, you get them short text messages. You know how you guys don't like them one worders, ladies. Y'all
I
want
don't
those
mind.
whole y'all want them whole paragraphs.
Not
How
me.
you how you doing? You the response you want to be, I'm doing okay. It's 85 degrees in Inglewood today, and I had a good day at work, and I wore blue pants and a white t-shirt and my black Tims.
That's way
Not
too
me.
much. That's too
Not
That's too
much.
me.
much.
Yes,
That's too
that's
I
too
much.
don't.
much. That
Mm,
says something
Them go-
about her. If that's how she needs you to respond, that has nothing to do with you. That's her.
mm.
That's too much.
Don't be
Or,
lumping us ladies all in
or
one
wait
category.
a minute, time out. Or is it, Felicia just said, nonchalantism? Maybe.
Nonchalant.
Hey, here we go.
So many
Another word for
words
the night. We got
tonight.
all
Look
these
at the
words.
word of it.
Write the dictionary.
We're gonna have a whole new
We
dictionary
got a whole
tonight.
relationshipisms or not the nonchalantisms. Here we go. Um, yeah. So what about that? Maybe is it that the guy's being nonchalant, or maybe he just don't really have anything to say to you? I don't know. But
Sometimes we
Has
again,
don't.
he always responded in that way? Because
I
that's
don't have
another
the
thing
answer.
too.
I don't have that
'Cause-
answer.
You
But
need some
but then
content.
Content.
but there could be, as somebody has already touched on, it could be his past experience, how he grew up. There's certain things of why somebody are, are who they are. And I've said this before. Okay, you identify a situation, issue, blah blah blah, but don't jump and get mad right away. Find out what caused it,
Mhm.
mhm,
because there's always a reason to why somebody is who they are. People
Right,
don't
but
grow up criminals. They don't. That you just not born a criminal. You're not born this way. You're taught that something in your life brought you to this. So I always ask, and depending on how long they've been together, that just didn't happen overnight. He always been like that.
Mhm.
right.
Or if it
mhm.
did just if or has it started just something is causing that. So let's find out why he's responding or not responding.
Right,
And
right.
I think sometimes as men, I'm guilty of this, so that's why I know it's true. Sometimes we go out into the world and we're battle ready. I mean, we got our armor on, we armed to the teeth. And when we come home, we don't take that armor off and hang it up in the closet. We leave it on. So what may look like nonchalantism to her may be just him protecting all of his assets, everything he got to protect his whole body. He go out in the world, he's being attacked at all sides. So the last thing he wants when he gets home is another water fight. But just in case there is a water fight when he gets home, I'm gonna leave my armor on. I'm gonna make sure I'm protected because if I'm not protecting myself, she's already shown me she doesn't do it, or I'm scared to find out if she will or not because I've been burned in the past, so I'm gonna keep my arm on. You'd be surprised at people who have a car accident and they will not take their seatbelt off no more. Like I'm gonna wear my seatbelt all the time because I was in a car accident. So now that has formed a mentality for you to I have to wear my seatbelt. And if I'm driving, if I'm in a passenger seat, if I'm on a bus, wherever I go ride, I'm gonna wear a seatbelt. So now you got this warrior You got this man, oh yeah, I want this strong warrior. I want my knight in shining armor. When he comes home, his armor's not shining, and he's not gonna take it off because he's been out there in the war. So when he comes home, he doesn't take it off, and it seems like he's being cold. It seems like he's being nonchalant. He's not opening up. He got a lot of steel on him. He's covered with all his strength, so that what? Because if he takes it off, it's kind of like a crab. They got a hard shell on the outside. On the inside, it's like mush. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't want to get that mush just desecrated, so he just keeps it. He's trying to keep it together.
Did he call us mushy? I'm just
no. I said.
Look, I was gonna
But
say,
see, that's a go ahead,
Devin
sister.
Blue just said coming in the house with the armor and everything that he's been going on. I mean, or dealing with outside in the world. So he comes in and he keeps it on. When you come home and you have to keep your armor on, you're in the wrong house.
You in the wrong.
Yes, I was
You
just about to say that.
you need
I
to
was
pull up.
just about to say that.
You're in the
Drive
wrong
somewhere else.
house because you shouldn't have to do that once you come in the home. Whatever happened at work, whatever happened when you pulled up in the driveway, that's fine and dandy. But if you have to protect yourself when you come in your house, you're in the wrong house.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I was gonna say too. You should be able to come in the house and tell me what you was dealing with at work. Cause see, I'm the woman that's gonna sit you down between my legs, get some oil and rub that, massage that right on out of you.
Hey.
You should be able to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops.
You should be able to tell me your work. You should be able to tell me that. You should be safe with me to take that armor off. You
But
know
you
what
know
I'm
what?
saying?
What's so funny is this: men and women, and I'm loving the fact that this is what we should be able to do. We should be able to come home and strip down. Here we go. You know what? I just want to relax a little bit and get loose. And we're supposed to be able to do that, right? Be comfortable. But the reality of it is, a lot of us don't get to do that. We don't get to come home to an environment where sit down, baby. Let me braid your hair or grease your scalp, or we don't get none of that, right?
We know you don't.
Well,
They had to twist my
Hey, that
locks.
still
I
can
had
that
to.
still can be rubbed.
we do.
That still can be rubbed, Onyx.
But the fact is, we have to stop competing with each other. I'm not in a competition with no lady, and the lady shouldn't be in a competition with me. We are supposed to be compliments to one another. But guess what? Those compliments come rare and few. You want me to open up and talk to you? Okay, let me talk to you. Be willing to listen to what I got to say. Don't rush to have a response to what I had to say. Maybe sometimes you just got to listen to what I said and digest it. Maybe you have to bank it, not to use it against me later, but to better understand me on our next conversation.
Right.
But that don't happen. Because if it did, then there wouldn't be a whole lot of men, as we know men now, that sit quietly with nothing to say when they lady come for them. And I did say come for them.
I say at this age, we should, and I keep saying at our age,
Y'all age.
we should be in a home of peace. At our age, we should. I mean, it's not gonna be peace every day. Of course, you're gonna have your regular disagreements about whatever. You know what I'm saying? When I come, my major argument should be, I keep telling you to put your socks in the dirty clothes hamper. Now, you know what I'm saying. But after a
Or the
while, I'm gonna be
toilet
like
seat
this man.
down.
I'm gonna be like this man ain't gonna put these socks in the hamper, so I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like at our age, we should be having peace in our home. We should not be competing with each other. We should be each other's comfort and safe space at our age. At 20, that might have been a different story for me at 20. I was the I was somebody
Pizzazz.
different. I was
Pizzazz.
somebody different in my 30s. I was somebody different in my 40s. When you're married, you have to remarry that person again and again and again, because that 7-year marriage is not the same as that 14-year marriage. That
Right.
14-year, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're marrying somebody different all the time, because people change. If you stand in the same place, then you're not growing.
And
So
in
in our
order,
late 40s and 50s, you you should have it together. If you still nagging that man when he come to the house, shame on you. Shame on you. If you a man that's still out there cheating and being foul on your wife, shame on you. Shame on you. Because we should be at a place at this age peaceful. Besides those regular small little arguments or disagreements.
right.
That shouldn't even last more than a day.
Mm,
And that's too long.
And I was gonna
And
say
sometimes
also,
that's too long.
right.
um, I think too, as adults, we have to stop using our past experiences or how we was raised, and when we were raised we were not taught certain things. You can't keep holding on to stuff in the past. You have to be mature enough to take ownership and try to heal to move forward.
Hmm.
And that's a
You know what?
process too. It's not a snap of the finger. Because I feel exactly what 100 Proof is saying. Because when you get to that point where you say, "I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of being this way," you have to ask yourself, "Okay, why am I like this? What's stopping me from talking to her and telling her how I feel? And let me go and check that." You might not have been taught by
That's what I
you know, right.
said.
You
That's
might not have
what
been
I said.
with it. You gotta. Yeah.
We, I'm gonna end like this because I gotta go.
Oh man.
Once again,
You got 4 minutes. You got
it's
4 minutes.
like you said. I'm a piggyback. It's a process, and we, as black folk, have this trauma. It all goes back to that on which we have to. Yeah, we come far. Oh, y'all came far. We have developed. We have done this. We have made strides. I've made strides. I've made changes. But still, like you said, there's certain things. I still have triggers. I'll be the first. I can admit that. That's why I have to stay off the gentleman lounge. Those who know what's understood don't need to be said. So I know what triggers me, and that's part of my growth, and that's part of us growing. So we have to know what triggers us. And like
Right.
Miss 100 Proof said, we can't lean on that, but you have to understand that's where the everything comes from.
That's
I
where
don't
we
think you should use it as a crutch, but you
right.
need to understand that's where it comes from so you can stay away from certain things. Because once again, you keep doing the same thing, it's you. It's not the
Mhm.
other person, it's you.
Right.
With that said, I wish everybody healing energy. I love you. Welcome, Miss
Love you,
100 Proof.
Salute.
Hey, have a good night. Try not to work too hard.
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. Smooth
Hey,
as ice. Twice as nice.
Snoopy
I'll
Cliff
see
Mellow,
y'all next week.
y'all.
All right, brother.
These words are
Love
solely
you,
my own and
Snoopy.
not that of the host in this show.
And
Hey, hey,
You can
that
DM
part.
me. We can talk about it later.
right.
My brother. I love him.
Ain't that crazy?
To be do. You feel me? Yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
I agree. Growth is important. Listening is important. Um, trying to understand one another is important. And a lot of times we don't spend enough time trying to understand, because for as much as we may want to wash away our past, but if you were raised in a home where mama was the alpha, the omega, the beginning, the end, what she said went, and there was nothing else that anybody could say. You could
Right.
call Jesus Christ himself, and
Well, what you
he
call
couldn't
me
get you
for?
out of.
You got
Mama
me.
was it. Well,
Right.
It was a dictatorship.
some of us men lived in homes, environments just like that. So now instead of me fighting back and forth with you,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
why
It's
you
a
don't say nothing? Now this turned into an argument because I don't got nothing to say to you. Man, way I grew up, once mama said what she said, there was nothing else to say.
nothing
We
to
just
talk
gonna
about.
Go on in the room and shut your mouth. That's it.
Aish. I
Right?
that fuss.
But at this point, as an adult, guess what? I got my own place. I'm not gonna shut up for nobody. I'm gonna say what I need to say. If you don't like it, hit the door. Deuces, bye. Right? But then, oh, don't be so mean. Can you say it softer? Why should I say it softer if you ain't receiving my direct communication to you? I don't feel like talking right now.
Right.
It shouldn't go, well, why don't you want to talk? It should be, he don't feel like talking right now.
We'll
can we schedule a time, tomorrow to talk?
Yep.
If I'm watching the football game, the basketball game, the baseball game, I'm playing my video game. Now it's not the time to tell me that you want to talk to me right now. Right. No, unless it's some life or death situation, not right now. Maybe this is my take off my armor moment. Right. So let me take my armor off and then come at me. Maybe we can talk while we washing these dishes together or something. I don't know. But we don't do that. We don't. It is hard for men to communicate. It's hard because, and I'm not blaming ladies, but I am going to say some ladies don't make it comfortable for us to even open our mouths. Right. If you really want your dude to speak, give him the space. Give him the space. Michelle just said, but what if you always playing your video game? Well, guess what? I just said, schedule. Hey, baby, look, I know you're playing the game right now, but can we talk tomorrow? Can we put this for talk tomorrow? Right?
Because when you play online, man, you can't pause it.
No, you can't pause. You already know that. Be like, hold on, man. You can mute your mic. That's about as all you're going to get.
And you're going to die.
And you're going to die.
Oh, they laughing, but it's serious because like you engulfed in it. And then
hey, man.
I want to give you all that same attention when we talk. I can't do that if I'm trying to save New York.
My phone done rang a million times. and you play, I'm playing the game. It's like, what you doing? I'm playing the video game. Okay. You busy, huh? I'm playing the game right now. Really? Dead. Now I'm dead. Dang it. I'm dead. Thank you.
What turn up? I got 3 more rounds. Shut up. I'm trying to...
But we just have to listen, man. I really wish that we could really make it possible for us to open up and just have this type of dialogue with one another. Sometimes it's going to be one-on-one. Sometimes it's just a group setting that we just share an interchange of energy of listening and learning from one another. This is how this man thinks. Oh, but that man right there may think a little bit different. We're not pulling from our resources to learn about one another. We're not. How do we do better? So.
And don't say we need to talk this morning and then it's for 7 o'clock this evening because we could be screwed up in the head all day. Like, oh man, what I do wrong? Did I leave my sock on the floor?
Catch you while you walking out the door. We need to have a conversation when you get home.
Right. I had a secondary
Before
question.
You shut it down, ONYX, let me ask this question of the men. Here and in the comments. We might just be a little over, but I was listening to this show today, a husband and a wife, and
let me see something. I hear a lot.
I was listening. Yeah, I hear some feedback too. Is that me?
Is it the new girl?
I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me see. Mute your mic real fast, Tanya. Let me just see real quick. Aha. 100 proof.
It's me. Maybe it's one of my fans blowing.
Is your TV on or something?
That's what it sounds like.
Miss Day,
just mute the mic, and then when you need to come back on, you just gonna unmute the mic. Yeah. That's all. Look at.
Oh, okay. So it was a husband and wife, and they were doing a show, and they had a point in the show where they had callers call in. And I don't know what this guy issue was, but he started off saying, "Hey, brother so and so, uh, I just wanna, you know, I just want to say something to your wife. No disrespect." And he, no disrespect to her, and dude automatically cut him off. And he said, and then he started cussing him out, and he was like, "Dude, if you gotta say no disrespect to my wife, we don't want to hear nothing you gotta say.
Because it's
You
finna
ain't
get
got to say nothing to my wife. You talk to me. You don't have nothing. When you started off with no disrespect to her, that mean that you going to be disrespectful, and I ain't having it." So I want to ask the men, would you cut that man off, or would you listen to what he had to say first?
typically when somebody says something like that, like I don't mean no harm or I don't mean no disrespect, I'm gonna just look at him like you don't even say it, because I whatever it is, you feel like it's disrespectful before you even say it, and you're trying to prime me to be, you know, passive when
But
you say
not to you.
bullshit.
I'm talking about to your wife
Oh yeah,
specifically, or your girl
I know for
specifically.
a fact that that person is gonna say some messed up stuff. So I'm gonna be like, look, don't even. We finna move around, because I know you finna say something fucked up. I know you are, because I've never heard somebody say I don't mean no harm or I don't mean no disrespect, and then they say it, and it's not disrespect. It's exactly what you said it wasn't. But you want me to feel like and act like it's not. So yeah, I'd be like, nah, bro, don't do it, don't do it, because you open up a door you ain't gonna be able to close.
I agree with Devin. The man's job is to be the protector of his woman, his child, his children, protect them. So protecting them may not always be in a physical form. It may be in a verbal form. Like, you know what? No, we're not about to do that, because all that's going to do, as Mello said before he got off, now you're going to hit my triggers.
Mm-hmm.
So you coming for mines. No, we're not going to do that. No, pass. Who's next?
What they say is always some realness when somebody says I'm just playing or I'm just joking. No, you
Right.
admit that, especially if it's something
Right.
against me, or like you said, if it's against my woman. If you're saying something and you're joking with it, no, you mean what you're saying. It's underlying tones for me. That's what you really say. What you really want to say.
That part
Don't try to dump some shit then put sugar on it. It's still shit, and I know that. And if you're trying to play me like, I'm not gonna pick up on it. Now you're trying to tell it. So now you coming for me and her. Don't get jumped.
Doo-doo. That's doo-doo, man. No, it's not. That's chocolate. That's doo-doo. Quit it.
I mean, he cut that dude off so fast. He didn't even get a chance to say nothing else after he said no disrespect to her.
Click.
He clicked him completely off and cursed
as
him out.
he should have. That's
because he was trying to get that open door. Okay, well, let me hear what you got to say. Man, all I'm saying is he would have said something messed up, and then his wife gonna be looking at you like, did you not know what that means when somebody says no disrespect and you let him say what he, well, I mean, I'm just, no, now he got a problem at the house.
Again.
So yeah, she was like, you don't never have nothing to say to me. And she was like, my king protects me at all times. He ain't gonna never listen to you saying anything about me. Yeah, she said it.
At that point, she, in my opinion, she has nothing to say. He's already spoke his part. So there was no feedback that she needed to give at all. I didn't shut it down. So
we already left the building.
We out. Why is you looking back talking about, because no, it's over. It's done. I said what I said. Let's go. Period. And we ain't running out of here. I just said what I need to say. There's nothing else to talk about. Right? There's nothing else to talk about. But again, as we kind of tie this into what we've been talking about, some of us ladies, we still got to go that extra mile when you don't got to. It's already been determined. Give me a minute, baby. Let me handle this. Let the man be the man. We done spoke on that how many times on this show? Let the man be the man.
You're right.
But we don't. We always find ourselves trying to control some stuff. Stop trying to always control. Let the man, allow the man. I ain't even gonna say let. Allow this man to be the man that he is, that he's been groomed to be.
He might
fall in. Hey, fall in place. If you gonna walk through the door and pull your own door open, what you need me for? Who gonna protect my back? Right?
Then you
But
stop
anywho.
opening the door. Why you open the door no more? You used to because you start grabbing the doorknob.
Hey. So we did. It's 9:09. I don't know. Y'all might not want to talk no more. Y'all want to talk? Y'all want to stop?
I mean, I'm here, man. I'm already on the TV with you.
No, we be here. We be
Okay.
here.
Well, I got one more question before we shut this down then.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah.
Okay, my thing is messed up. That's why.
We see,
Do you still get it? Did you get an echo again when I took mine off unmute?
Just a little bit, but you good right now.
Make it
So,
loud.
I forgot to space it. But anywho, here's the question for the ladies. Ladies, do you believe, all one word, do you believe men don't listen to you?
Oh, crap.
Where'd Dana go? She was frozen?
She ran.
Do you believe men don't listen to you? Dana ran. So what do you say?
100 proof?
100 proof.
I don't. I don't
don't?
think that they don't listen. I think sometimes they just not prepared on how to answer the question
I'm sorry,
or how
repeat.
to answer
Do
the
you
question.
believe men don't listen to you?
Do you believe in my Beat Street voice? Do you believe men don't listen to you? I missed
Of course.
two. She said, of course.
Of
They don't
course.
listen to you?
No, they don't listen.
They don't
I'm just
listen.
joking. I was fortunate to have some good men listening to me in my life. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. I was in a relationship and I was just like this was a good listener. I would just mention things in passing, like, dang, I, needed some batteries for something. And then the next day I would have the batteries. Or, oh, I was gonna get this hair care line. Oh yeah, what was the name of it? Just talking, and I got delivered the whole hair care line. So it all
They
depends
listen.
on the man.
They listen.
So I've had good men that listen, and then I've had some that do the, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, what did I just say? Why they playing the video game? I guess y'all don't want to talk, huh?
Man, he's gonna die. Call of Duty.
You got me killed, man. I'm dead over here.
Call of Duty is terrible, man. It's bad. You gotta.
Oh shoot, I can't.
I guess I shouldn't have said it during the video game. Is that
You know you missed
Oh
it.
man, I can't
No.
with you. I can't. Okay, so Miss Tanya said yes, they do. You said,
They
is that what you
listen.
said? Okay.
Yes. They're
Okay.
just not always prepared or know how to respond, but they listen.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I guess I gotta play devil's advocate a little bit. When you giving us something to listen to, we listen on a general level. But if you're giving us something, we already talked about this. We already decided what we're gonna do. Why are we still talking about this? That's where you're gonna. Oh yeah, okay. That's when you end up with that, and it might sound like he doesn't care. 5 conversations ago about this same thing. We already decided we're gonna do this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do that. So why are we having the same conversation about it again tomorrow and the next day? So now when you do bring up something else like the hair care line and I'm playing a video game or whatever the case is, you might have started off talking about what we already decided what we're gonna talk. We already talked about that. So if you start off with that and then segue into something else, now I just stopped listening to you because you started off talking about something I'm already privy to that. So I don't need to hear that information. And then you slip something else. You know how it was back in the day. Mom, can you sign the permission slip? And she sit on the couch. And you get out my face, gone. I didn't tell you
right?
Chicago. Yes, you did. You signed permission.
Right.
See how that works?
Because you do it the morning of the field trip, like
no, bro.
on the way.
You had this piece of paper for 3 months.
But I believe some men they've adapted to listening in their own kind of way. They might pick up here and there like key points. My daddy, he don't listen to nothing. He don't be listening. I could be talking to my daddy. He don't be listening. He be in his own little way. He be playing music in his head. He don't be listening.
A lot of times, there be them cats that be listening, and you be like, "How you know about that?" Yeah, you thought I wasn't listening, didn't you? Thought I wasn't listening the whole time. He done heard everything and knows about all the stuff that you didn't want him to know about. He knew about that too. That's how them old dudes like, yeah, I knew y'all want to throw me a birthday party.
I want Adrian to elaborate on that. I don't understand that.
Adrian says pride is the reason some men don't listen. Pride.
They don't want what they have to say.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Like a scenario. Give me a scenario of
being challenged on something that you might be wrong on.
Right.
And that ego and that pride is gonna make him be like, no, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say because
wronger than two left shoes. But he like, no,
I'm the man. I have spoken. You wrong with two left shoes, bro.
Right.
You know. And so when somebody calls you out on it, especially your woman, you don't want to be called out on it because now your ego is hurt. And don't let it be in front of company. Oh no, you can cut up then. Now he finna cut a shank, and now he had to show the world that he is the man and he's got everything under control. And in actuality, maybe she does. And now she's putting that out there, and he's like, you expose me for who I really am to folks who don't know who that person is. So now
listening to directions. Ain't that the big thing? Men don't like to listen to the directions when you're driving.
Man, I don't know
about 300 feet, turn right.
Man, look, let me tell you something. I got an app called Waze. I turn that jump on to go to the store I know how to get to just because you're sharp.
So PK says, I believe I talk to who listens, period. I don't have words to waste. I appreciate that, PK. I don't have words to waste. A lot of us just hot air, just words and hot air. That's it. That's it. So let me say this. These are going to be my final words. As I appreciate you guys being here. Shouts out to Miss Renee. I see you. Lakeitha. Kiki. Good evening to you. Irma, thank you for being here. Adrian, appreciate you, man, for that input. I think I got everybody. I don't think I missed anybody. Perfecto. Let me say this. Matter of fact, I'm going to type this word in for everybody so you can follow along with me. Whoops, didn't mean to do it that way. Let's do it like this. Whoop, there it is. South Carolina's in the building. Anitra, I see you. Good evening to you. I just typed in the word heart. H-E-A-R-T, heart. When you take the word heart, and Tanya, if you can mute your mic for me one more time for me, please.
Tanya.
100 proof. There we go. You take the word heart. I learned this from my brother, my big brother, Damon Jackson. Take the word heart and you break it down. You got the word hear, H-E-A-R. You take the word heart, you got the word ear, E-A-R. You take the word heart, you have the word art, A-R-T. We all know that it takes skill in order for us to hear with the ear of our hearts. Mm-hmm. You, myself, and everybody that's here with us tonight, we have to learn how to listen. We have to learn to listen, or we have to listen to learn. So learn how to listen to learn. Once we do that, you guys, guess what? We're going to make a whole lot of big steps, leaps and bounds, no baby steps. We're going to do big steps, grown-up stuff, because that's what living is about. We don't have time to waste, nor do we have words to waste. In the blink of an eye, we are here and we are gone. Especially for those of us who are already at that 50 mark, we are well past our halfway point of life. So
Yeah.
please, please, please spend some time understanding you. If you are in a relationship, situationship, whatever it is that you have, you got somebody in your world, give that person a chance. That goes for the guys, that goes for the girls. Give them a chance to take that armor off. They shouldn't be fighting the world and you.
Right.
Give them a chance to take that armor off so that they can recoup from the battle that they just fought for the day.
Well said.
Preach.
Okay. I didn't come here to preach to nobody. I'm not a preacher, gynecologist, psychiatrist, or
But you play one on TV.
You guys, that's our time, man. We appreciate you guys. Love it. Thank you for being here. Tell a friend. Share it.
Thanks,
through.
Tanya.
Like,
Thanks,
subscribe.
our guest.
Shouts out to our in-house guests. You know, she said I bullied her in here, but you know the door is always open if you want to come on back. We do appreciate you. From the desert.
Thank you.
You're welcome. From the desert
Like,
to
comment,
the sea,
and subscribe.
You know what? That's my Dana right there. Let me make sure I got that. Get those likes up, y'all. Get those likes up. Listen, that's our time, y'all. From the desert to the sea and to all the cities in between. Thank y'all for tuning in to Gentlemen After Dark.